So hello everyone, and beginning of the week for some of us, and some places in the world it's already tomorrow. So happy to be here, and I want to start right in with a teaching to get oriented around this practice of mindfulness of the elements or the physical properties. Such an important part of vipassana practice. No sound. Is it other people not having sound? Let's see. Let's take a moment to see if there's people are hearing. Usually there's a whole stream of no sounds if that's the case. Okay, great. Thank you. So I wanted to start right in with this important area of mindfulness, the mindfulness of the physical properties or sensations that we have. They're so fundamental to our experience, and there's something very valuable about being attentive to the fundamental layer of our experience, where it, in a sense, all begins. And so here's an example that I could be sitting here, and I could feel there's tension in my shoulders. That's an ordinary thing to experience. But then I start wondering, why am I tense in my shoulders? Oh, it's left over from yesterday. Yesterday I was waiting for a car to pull out of a parking space, and when it pulled out, someone else zipped their car into that space. And I felt indignant and angry, and how could they? And I got all tense. And since then, my shoulder has been tense. And why is the world such an unjust place? And there's been so much injustice, and now it's with the cars. And maybe I should really do is buy a small car or even buy a bicycle. They don't have to deal with this problem. And where do I get a good bicycle? And on it goes. And in the meantime, I have departed very far from the tension in my shoulder. I'm in a sense, no longer in touch with it. An alternative way of not going into stories and interpretations about our sensations is to just feel the sensation of tension and let it be just tension. No past, no future, just tension. No cause. There might have been a cause, but we're not concerned with that. No resolution of the tension, just tension. Just to offer mindful attention to what is, as if what is allowed to stay there forever. This is okay. But what that does, it creates a kind of mental space or room. The attention to something gives it room. And something like tension then has room to relax. There's like space. There's almost an instinct in the muscles themselves to relax if we're not feeding it more and more stories and ideas. And so this idea of just holding the tension in awareness gives it space to begin to not be reinforced by the stories and make space for it to relax. Some things at this elemental level that are pleasant sometimes actually get stronger if we hold it in awareness. But if we bounce off of it into the world of stories and ideas, we might lose touch with even what feels wholesome and good. So this 4-element meditation is to drop down to the elemental or the fundamental sensation layer of experience, and then give it lots of room for it, and not kind of get pulled up into stories, interpretations, past and futures. And this allows for a very important process. And so the art of this is whatever happens during this meditation, whether it's physical sensations themselves, whether it is emotions, or even if it's a lot of thinking. Locate the way it's being manifested in physical sensations. And keep it so simple that you just stay with the sensations that are part of it. And letting this physical sensation, the body, compost it. Letting the body process it. Not your mind, not your heart, just the body. Just the sensations themselves. And to help with that, to keep focused on some sensation which is predominant, is that you can breathe with it, breathe through it. If there is no predominant something that grabs your attention, that then you refer to the body to feel it, just stay with your breathing. And there's something profound that happens when we give this kind of breathing room to the sensations of breathing. Just the sensations. Each in-breath has its own sensations, each out-breath has a sensation. And that's the focus of the meditation. Just whatever is happening, how is it felt and experienced in the body as sensations? So, sitting, assuming your meditation posture, and to settle in, taking a few long, slow, deep breaths. Letting your breath return to normal. And continue on the exhale to relax your body, settle in. Your body will be the meditation hall for this meditation. And then check in with yourself. And what is the predominant experience of the moment for you, within you? And how is that felt in the body? What sensations in your body are most pronounced, that feel like it would be good to just hold it in awareness, and noticing what sensations are there? Tightness, looseness, pressure, weight, softness, warmth, coolness, movement, expansion, contraction, hardness, pulling, twisting, opening, keep coming back to this fundamental, elemental level of experience before stories and interpretations, just the sensations for now. Breathing with it, being with the sensations. making room for the sensations. If you're in your thinking, you're probably not feeling the sensations. But if you're thinking a lot, are there any physical sensations associated with that? And if so, let those sensations be the place of mindfulness. Whatever's happening, refer it back to the body. See how simple you can be with it, simply feeling the sensations associated. to be able to step away from the incessant thinking mind, to relax and to be settled in the body, breathing, the body sensing, can be a place where we can find some peace from the incessant thinking. From time to time it might feel like a vacation, like a place of safety. And may it be that all of us find our way to be at ease and safety, resting in our own physical experience in our body. So the body becomes a home, a place of rest and ease. Even if the body is difficult, it's possible to find place within, to be at ease and at peace. May it be that all of us, each individual one of us, and all the people we know and out into the world, may everyone find peace with their body, rest and ease and comfort in their body. May there be a freedom from incessant thinking and reactivity and meaning making. Just breathing simply. Just being alive is enough. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. And on this Valentine's Day, may it be for all of us a metta day. Maybe there's a way that everyone can be our Valentine. Who we look upon with kind regard. May we have metta for all beings. So this part of the discourse on the foundations for awareness is the simplest of them all. It's a simple description, instruction, It simply says, in this body, there is the property of earth, the property of water, the property of fire, and the property of air, wind. And that's it. It does give an analogy. I'll mention the analogy, the simile, tomorrow. But the instruction, that's all it says. So there's a recognition of each of these properties as they appear within us. And so it's so simple that it might be overlooked, it might not be understood how profound it is, that it's actually one of the central ways that Vipassana practice is practiced, is a really delving deep into the level of the sensations of our experience. So it's easy to not be in the sensations, certainly it's possible to have sensations of some kind or other and then start interpreting it, have stories around it, reactions to it. It's possible to not be connected to our sensations at all, and be living in the abstract world of thoughts and ideas and feelings that are disconnected from our body. Part of mindfulness practice is to awaken the body. There is one Mahayana Sutra that says that awakening, enlightenment, happens through the body. The Buddha himself said that there is no awakening without mindfulness of the body. What we're doing, and partly this dropping into the sensations, just feeling the sensations that they appear, is that we're beginning to expand our awareness throughout our body. So more and more of our body starts being, we feel really connected to it, start feeling embodied. It does a lot of wonderful things for us to do this. One is that the body itself can process so much of our life, so much of our difficulties and our emotions and our thoughts and our concerns, our tensions. Partly because when we're not in the body, we're often in the reactivity, in the thoughts, the interpretations, the stressful ways of thinking that are reinforcing the tension in the body. If we drop down into the body, then there's room for things to unfold. There's breathing room for things. And even things which, and some things will just naturally unfold and resolve themselves. Like tension, for example, oftentimes. Some things don't resolve themselves. Maybe there's chronic physical tension in the body. But there's an art to just feeling the tension without adding any second arrows to it, without adding any tension, extra tension to it. And then delving even deeper into the pain. So we're no longer experiencing at the conceptual level. And what I mean with that is, we'll take pain as an example. The word pain is an abstraction. It's an umbrella term for sensations which are quite intense. And those sensations can be varied. There can be intense burning, stabbing. There can be intense twisting. There can be intense pulling and tightening going on. There can be intense exhaustion of the muscles, it's really aching. And so those are the particular sensations that what we call pain. And two people can say they have pain, and they have very different sensations. Sometimes when we call things pain, we react to all the ideas or notions we have about pain, rather than, and it's the abstraction we're reacting to, what it means, where it's going, what's going to happen in the future, rather than just dropping into the pain itself and feeling the particularities of the sensation. It's possible at the level of calling it pain, it just feels like it's constant. When we drop into the level of sensations, we can discover, if we're really focused, that the sensations are not constant. They're inconstant. They come and they go. They appear and they disappear. There might be I've had, when I was first a new Zen student, I used to bring my attention to feel the pain in my knees, which I had a lot of. And it would be sometimes just to be reduced to a little square centimeter. And in that centimeter, there would be this dancing of intense sensations, sparking sensations of stabbing and tightening and different things. And it was kind of fascinating to watch the dance and flicking around, that there was no one sensation to hold on to or react to because they were constantly moving in this little square centimeter. For some things, that ability to just feel it at the sensation level gives breathing room for it to resolve itself, to unwind, to dissolve. And for other things which are pleasant and enjoyable, there's breathing room for it to grow and expand. And some of the great feelings of well-being that come with practice, that we want to have come with practice, are much more accessible if we can feel it more fully in the body. The more we're awake in the body, the more the body is a field of sensations that we can feel. So much of the happiness and joy and well-being it can be felt in an embodied way. It's more stable, it's more fuller, it's more coursing through us if we can really feel it through the body. So this ability to drop down and feel the sensations increases our capacity for experiencing joy and happiness. Dropping down and feeling, being embodied with our experience, referring everything back in the body and let the body hold it. And the body wakes up and becomes more expansive, in a sense, with sensations, not that we're living from the neck up. It also turns out we have a lot more capacity for being with difficulties. That the mind doesn't have actually sometimes a lot of capacity in its stories, ideas, reactions, beliefs, memories, projections in the future. It can get very claustrophobic. But if we can be centered and grounded and stable in our body, making room to feel the sensations, letting the sensations come and making room for them, then we have a much bigger capacity to deal with challenges, much bigger ability to be uncomfortable so that we're not knocked over or pushed around, or we become reactive, or we get tense, or we feel like our boundaries are being pushed, because we have all this capacity to hold it and be aware of it. It's kind of like the analogy I like, that if you put a pyramid on its head, on the point, it's not very stable, and maybe you can get it just perfectly balanced for a moment, but someone just taps it and it just falls over. But if you turn the pyramid upside down, right side up, and so it's sitting on its base, then you push it and it's not going to tip over so easily, or at all. And so there's something about being stably centered in our physicality of our body, sensations of body, that we don't easily get pushed over or thrown off balance by events of the world. So this simple exercise, maybe the exercise is not simple, but to do, but always, but the simple instructions opens up to a vast world of possibility. The world of our body, being centered, grounded in our body, embodied in our body, letting the body process our life, letting the body be the place we just compost things into our body. When I have difficult emotions, I just find it so valuable to sit and meditate and just feel those emotions in my body. Just trust the body, like the body's composting them, and I just kind of put them back into my body, and feel it in the body. And it's so relieving to realize that the wisdom of the body knows how to take care of things, sometimes much better than the mind that's trying to figure it out, or trying to navigate, negotiate, mediate, bargain with reality. So to begin increasing your vocabulary for sensations, you might want to draw up a list and maybe ask friends to add words to them. And of all the ways that direct sensory experiences is felt. And the greater that vocabulary list, the more you have to enter into this world of sensations and feeling them, entering in so fully that at some point you start feeling the dynamism of it, the dynamic nature in which it changes and moves and flows and comes alive more and more as we rest in the body, the awareness is embodied. So I offer you that one as an exercise to do of supporting this sensation meditation, is to draw up a long list of all the words in your language that uh, describe sensations: twisting, pulling, heat, hot, cold, heavy, light. Just go on and on, itching and whatever it might be, and maybe get your friends involved with it, and maybe they have different words than you do, and you get your vocabulary increases. And as the vocabulary increases, perhaps your sensitivity also increases. You're able to identify the differences between some of them that otherwise would have been missed. So thank you, and I hope that you'll come to a day, maybe today, that you come to love your body. Much metta to your body. May your body be one of your Valentines. Thank you.